Similar, guys. As I was planning to do a video around that line of not everything glitters is gold, but a DM that I got 2 days ago from a gent who was asking me about when is the right time to leave home. So it's a guy in his early 20s and he's still staying at home, and he's watched the video Peter Pan and the Peter Pan syndrome. So he's asking that, and this morning I'm busy on Instagram and I'm watching so many reels about gents just struggling from a financial point, not just gents, no sis, and again, it might explain some of the behaviors, Guys, please understand. Like, everyone is struggling. Everyone is struggling. I know we watch the reels of the 5% that's not, but the huge majority of us are struggling. Huge majority. I think in this country to be like in the top 10%, you need to earn like 10,000 Rand or something, So again, it's ridiculous the expectations that we put on ourselves. So when I talk about the Peter Pan syndrome and talking about growing up, I'm talking about being accountable and responsible. It doesn't mean which you need to have everything sorted out. It doesn't. No one has. No one has the blueprint. No one has this memo. Times are very, very different. If you look at our generation versus our parents' generation, totally different. You guys need to understand that. So again, for your mother to have been married at age 23 and had a first child at 24, and that it's a different time. I love kids. I wish people had many kids, but again, with people they love, responsibility, accountability, let's keep going. But again, you need to understand which times were different. Financially, things were different. So for your parents to be able to buy a home, at the age of 26, that wasn't far-fetched. That was the norm, and if you look at how inflation or the inflation rate was at the time, if you look at interest levels at that time, it's nothing close to the shit that we're living in now. Guys, you need to understand something very, very important. We live in a time where we are being controlled. There's powers that be that will never let go of this power. If you look at it from a political point, look at the average age of the people that run this country. Look at the average. They will never let go of this power. And if it means that they squeeze the younger generation to become kids forever, that's what they'll do. Back in the day when I was a child, we used to have a TV game and then a PlayStation. Today's time, we've got Instagram, we've got TikTok, we've got all these things that are distracting us from the real things while they make real decisions and they take control. We will always be kids to that extent until we regain our power, until we regain the authority over our lives. So again, understand, Uguti, when I say be an adult, I'm not talking about making rash decisions where you're not thinking about your financial situation at that time. If staying at home at your mom's house, at your parents' house, or whatever, if living in a commune where there's 6 of you guys is what makes the best financial sense, then do that. Don't rush to move out because you're 26 and other 26 years old people have moved out. No. Find out, where am I now? Financially, where am I now? Where would I like to go? Sure, I'd like to get to a place where I can buy myself a 100-bedroom home. Sure. Am I there now? No, I'm not. I am currently here. This is where I'm at. And do I have a job? No, I don't have a job. Okay, sharp. All right. Where would I like to be? I'd like to actually work there. What are the necessary steps? So again, when I talk about the Peter Pan syndrome, I'm talking about a 12-year-old person who's busy playing a TV game and has no concept or idea at the fact that there's a bond that needs to get paid, there's electricity bill, groceries magically come out of somewhere. Again, that's what I was talking to Guti. There's people who are 28 years old that stay at home that don't ever, the concept of the bond never goes through their mind. The concept of paying a car installment of medical aid, that never goes through their mind. That is childlike thinking. But you can still be 28 living at home and saying, look, right now I work at Pick n Pay, I earn 8,000 Rand. Okay, sharp. I'm not in a financial space to move out and get my own place. However, I'm blessed enough and privileged enough to have a home to live. Okay, of that, Oleti, please can you take X amount of money for your crosser and to assist, around the rental, the bondage, whatever the case may be. I think tatele mali that I have on the side and start saving towards something. Start saving towards if I need to upskill myself and go and do tertiary or up skill myself from a matric point, or save money to a point where I can say, okay, no, sharp, I've saved X, and X now can go into paying my rent for the next 6 months, for the next year, whatever the case may be. So again, we need to be smart about this. Guys, please, everything that I say on this channel is not cast in stone. It's for us to start these discussions. Hence why I always say, please, if I'm wrong, write it in the comments. Let's start these discussions. If you watch this video, do yourself a favor, read some of the comments. Read, because there's so much advice there. There's things where when I read the comments, I go, Jesus Christ, that's deep. Abantu are correct, abantu are adding on, abantu are disagreeing, and I'm learning, So you also need to make sure that you learn. I love studying other cultures. So I have Muslim friends, that still live at home. They work on a different structure. They work on a totally different structure. And you watch their structure, and by the time they are financially independent, they've built themselves these empires. You see these Muslim family units or family homes that are huge. There's so many cars, there's so many this, and it's all about they know how to work together. So they don't do what this new generation is, where it's individualism, it's let's get out of home as quickly as possible. No, they go back like how we used to do back in the day at KwaZulu, where you live in a homestead, home badban. You live and you have your father's homes, and you have your mothers, the different mothers, and you have the kids, and you have the uncles, and they stay in this compound or whatever the case may be. And we had that, and we worked together, and the crow was in the center, and everybody that brought cows, you put them in the middle, and our assets grow like that. So it would be me moving in and living with my brother, or vice versa. I can just imagine the financial injection that would happen. So if my mom and my sister and my brother and we all came together and we say, okay, guys, we're going to go and get a home and we're going to live together, and our partners are going to come and they're going to live together. Obviously, we're being respectful, because the first thing that people go, oh no, I don't want to stay with my mom-in-law. Oh, no one's stepping on each other's toes. If you go to some of these homes, these Islamic homes or traditional Zulu, everybody has their own place. Not everybody's njalo when you go to a bathroom, you're bumping shoulders with. No, that's not the case. However, what I'm trying to say is they still work together. They're not in a rush to leave and go anywhere. Tina, we were told, once you're done with matric and you can say, balega, go to Grahamstown. So I leave my support structure. When I left matric, I had to leave my support structure and go all the way to Grahamstown. Blessed and privileged that I am, my brother was in Grahamstown, so I still had a person that I could lean on. And if he wasn't there, God knows the depression and the mental anxiety and whatever I would have gone through. But I had an older brother who really looked after me. Not everybody has that privilege. So again, from there, you left Grahamstown. He left me alone after the first year. He left me alone, so now I'm by myself. Again, guys, understanding which it's easy to attack a buck when it's by themselves. It's very hard to attack animals, bucks, gazelles, when they're in a pack or in a group. Understand it. When they're herd, it's hard. When you're isolated, it's very, 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 very easy. Now you come to Joburg. How many of our sisters and our brothers have left home and come to Joburg? One man. That's when the devil creeps in, because you're alone. There's people that actually have their jobs, they have their 9 to 5s, they stay in their apartments, they wake up, they don't speak to anyone. There's no one who's going to speak to. They live alone in their 1-bedroom flats. They jump onto Instagram, they jump onto YouTube. They need that human interaction. They don't have anyone. They sit there alone by their thoughts. They go to work, amongst people, whatever the case is. God forbid you work in a little cubicle where you're typing away and you've got your little earpiece and you're just typing away. Hey, you're typing away, or you're doing spreadsheets all day, kind regards. God forbid you work in a space where you don't get to engage with people all the time. Then you're done, then you go home. You get home 5:30, you're alone. You're alone in your thoughts. You're alone in your misery. You're alone. If you're going through financial challenges, you're alone. You're dying. You're dying by yourself. There's so many people that are going through so much pain and anguish because they're by themselves. Not saying, Wuti, you're not going to go through pain and anguish if you go stay in your mom's home. I'm saying, Wuti, if you reframe your mind, if you calibrate your thinking and you say, okay, sharp, right now I need to stay in my mom's house, and sit down and say, Oleti, here's the situation. This is what I'm trying to do. These are my goals. I need you to please assist me in attaining these goals. And one of it is, obviously through saving, through rent. Let's have these conversations. Your mom, if you approach as an adult, she'll treat you as an adult. If you like a child, every morning, but then she'll shout at you like a child. So if you carry yourself in an adult way, if you carry yourself with responsibility, accountability, you come back home, you see the front door, the handle doesn't work, and you come and you fix that. If you can see and you change that, all of a sudden you're doing adult responsibility. Yes, it's your mother's home, but she sees you doing adult responsibilities, and all of a sudden she starts treating you as such. She doesn't have to chase after you and say, there's your socks on the floor. No. So again, it's all about this here. It's all about processing and thinking thoroughly. Is me moving out of home the right step? Is it right for me at that time? Forget about the external noise. Forget about Pensini. Forget about Njabulo. Forget about Palace and Onomfund. Is that the right decision for me? Me staying at home, what does that look like? Don't just stay at home, Kanti, you stuck in your life. You're doing the same shit that you were doing when you were 18. Then you're stuck. Then there's no real anything. Then those people, they need to be put under pressure. But again, I'm talking about people who understand their current situation, still want better, and are planning and working towards better. And being at home means that they just get a chance to like your fort, where you get a chance to think, okay, sharp, this is the next step. This will cost me this. I'm trying to save up for ITES. ITES will cost me 30,000, or whatever the case may be. Mina njengamanje ngiholo 8,000. This is the plan yami. Mhlawumbe mangasizama nje ukusave 3,000 njalo ngenyanga. I'm hoping ukuthi by the time ifika uDecember ngithengele imotana, so that ngigibele njalo nje mangespanini ngizobo yabona, and then ngizame ukuthi khona standing isitholile, it's cost to 50,000 mangasithenga, then ngiqale ngakho 4-room wami. Again, step by step, having these plans. I promise you, if you are a responsible, if you are an accountable, if you are a smart, intelligent person that's processing, even though you're still staying at your mother's house, your mother will respect you and she'll aid you in your goals. Guys, study other cultures that still live together, traditionalist cultures where they still live together. Whether it's the Zulu culture, the Muslim culture, whatever your culture, look at where the whole family works together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Mayweather said it best. Teamwork makes the dream work. As long as everybody in the team is pulling, as long as the left back is working just as hard as the goalkeeper, is working just as hard as the right wing, is working just as hard as the central mid and the striker, if everybody's working hard, then this team keeps moving forward. Teamwork makes the dream work. Don't get lost in these nonsensical things that we throw on oh, you have a car. Sec. I know what's in Gupi right now. I know if it's examine my goals, and I know what I am currently doing. Sharp, I don't have a car. It's okay. But I know with Njengamanje, I'm still upgrading my matric. Njengamanje, once my matric is done, I'm going to apply here. I know with the little bit of resource that I have, I'm planting my seeds. So sharp, make fun of the fact that I don't have a car. That's all right. That's okay. But I'll tell you, once these seeds start germinating, once these seeds start give me some time. Because I'm not stopping working. I'm working every single day, making sure my dream gets closer and closer to being my reality. By the time you look up, there'll be trees, there'll be fruits, it'll be beautiful. But it takes time. It doesn't take 3 months. It doesn't take 6 months. It doesn't take a year or two. This thing might take 5, 10 years. If you're 24 and your life is in shits, understand right now, first thing, yachima, upgrade matric. You make sure yachima, upgrade matric, try push up, try sit up, because again, a healthy body is a healthy mind, a healthy mind is a healthy body. Understand that. Secondly, skeles, upgrade matric. That's 1 year, not 24. All of a sudden, if you've done a good job and you've put your fucking head down, you're going to get good marks. Good marks can get you into UNISA. UNISA can get you a great course. Again, that's another 3 years. You understand? That's another 3 years of you doing your undergrad. So now, how old are you now? 28. Before you get an internship while again pushing and doing your honors. So by the time you actually get out of this situation, you're about 29, 30. Alright, sure. How many more years do you have? 50 more fucking years left on this planet. That's enough for you to get that Ferrari. That's more than enough for you to get that helicopter. Relaxa. It's not a race. We see my